But Lester.
I'm streaming, guys.
Yep. He should be
Yeah,
coming through
cool.
here shortly too.
You know what I'm saying though, Dim?
Yeah, like in the future when we have two guys on and if they're comfortable, we should use that as a running segment.
Yeah.
Like if we did it a month from now and we just had like 4 or 5 of them somewhere along the way. If I find the right people. Hey!
We got it?
What's up, homie?
How we doing, man?
Good. How you doing, brother?
I'm hanging in there.
Yeah.
What
Is
you
it
doing?
just
Working
you
hard?
guys? Yeah, grinding.
What's that?
You got just you and Farrah and the kids, or is anybody else there? Is your mom and dad down?
No, well, they're at their house down.
Yeah.
They're about 45 minutes from here, but no, they haven't been to the house at all.
Yeah. It's a bummer.
Yeah. Hey, you said no internet, right?
Yeah, so if you just use your data, you sound good right now.
Hey, John, this is Kevin, the director over at Marquee. How are you? You freeze up? You go. All right, he called back in. He should be here.
Yeah.
I'm kind of delayed on my data.
Hey, John, can you hear me here? Test, test, John, can you hear me? This is Kevin, the director over at Marquee.
How about now?
Got you loud and clear. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Awesome. Can you turn are you on your phone right now?
Yeah, turn it this way.
You got it, yep. And then if you have anywhere that you can place it to.
No, I'm kind of
where you're not touching it?
Free. Kind of just. Yeah,
so if you want.
Like it.
Hold on.
Kind of the goal is to
Anything you
keep
can
an eye
lean it
level
against.
with yourself.
Yeah, let me try that. Is that better?
It is. I'm just seeing something on your right side in the shot. Okay, and then now we just want to center you up in your shot. So maybe move your phone.
Perfect. If we can see the lighting sconce, that'd be great.
Yeah. Get that locked in.
I love those trophies in the shot, though.
Yes, that's not going to work. Can I just?
If you have a laptop to like open it up and you rest it on.
Yeah, my kids are using it right
you do that, don't you?
Let me.
You want me to Amazon you one real quick?
Yeah, please, pretty quick. You can. I got some other stuff on the list if you want. You want to do that too. Hold on. Let me go see. Hold, I'll be right back.
His signal's coming in great, though.
Yeah, that's really good. Hey, John,
Yeah.
I went booze shopping for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
For the third time this week.
That's
Yep.
perfect right there, John.
We good? Hey, how do I get? Can I move? Yeah, there we go. Let's move this guy out of the way. All right, so I can look at your beautiful face, Ryan.
Bingo.
Yeah, I love the go to the liquor store. Hey, I'm just going to grab a few things. $350 later. It's like,
It's every time. It's
yeah.
like, you know what? I need a couple of, like, just some casual drinking wine. Just like, yeah, okay, I'll just get a case of that. Thanks.
I'll see you in 3 days.
And you hum and haw, like you're like looking like, do I need the handle or just the small bottle? Like it's even a question.
Yeah, I'll get both. I'll take both. This one's for tonight, and then I'll open the handle tomorrow just for the next. Bro, I blame the homeschooling on that.
Oh,
Like,
no doubt.
you're looking around at like 11:30, like, hey, is it 5 o'clock yet? Can I start drinking?
I've just
They're
moved entirely shifted my drinking time up. It's like I can't go anywhere. I can't go to any bars. So it's like, okay,
Yeah.
we'll just start at 4 o'clock for an afternoon cocktail and go from there.
Yeah. There's some days school goes so bad we're starting at like 1, and then we're in bed by 8:30 because we've been drinking for 7 hours. It's like, oh God.
My dad
I've had
said we tried homeschooling you when you were kids, but 2 of you got suspended for fighting, and the teacher got fired for drinking on the job.
That's the truth, man.
It
I've
is,
had
man.
to I've had to Google so much crap over the last 3 weeks just on what does this word even mean?
Remember, are you smarter than a fifth grader? And I was like, who gets those wrong? I get
Right?
half of them wrong daily.
Yeah. I'm not even up to a third grader. He's telling me how to do
Yeah.
problems. God.
Obtuse triangle.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, I got that, son. It's when it's equal on all sides, right? I think. I don't know.
Yeah. What is yes? Just put down yes.
Hey, report card's going to come, and you're going to be sitting there with Farrah, and you're going to be like, honey, so I just want to let you know I didn't pass the third grade.
Are you thinking twice about my
Are you good
knowledge
to go,
now?
Kevin?
I saw this really great thing, by the way, is these people on for Zoom interviews. They take a tea bag and they cut the little label off, and then they hang it over the edge. They tape it on the inside, and then they
Yeah.
just fill the cup with wine. So it looks like they're drinking tea. Wherever you say, boss, I got it.
Yeah. See, that's the difference between me and them. I'd just be sitting here with a damn Miller Lite. Just be like, yep, sure, boss, sounds good. What else you want me to do?
I'm going to reposition sound. Hey, John, this is Kevin one more time.
Yeah.
Can you push your phone up? That was perfect. And then push it a little further away from you,
Oh, further away?
if possible. Like right there. Let's see how that looks.
He wants to get those trophies, those 3 trophies.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm looking for.
Kind of feel like
And right there.
abnormally large on here.
No, you're good. I feel
Oh,
the
yeah.
same way, but then
That's
when
great.
you
All right, let me frame them up real quick.
hi, how's everybody? As your father probably told you, my name is Matt Foley, and I am a motivational speaker.
Oh man, where are you at?
Well, just
you at your house?
yeah, my basement.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, just hanging. I got a green screen, so I just came in this week, so I'm just gonna start fucking with stuff and yeah.
I hear you. Keep
Film
you busy.
a movie, film a movie where I go on safaris and I'm like, like all kinds of stuff. Fuck.
Just have animals just fucking in
All
the
right,
background.
cool. Thanks. I'm gonna mute James.
We just throw the
Hey, what's up?
Izzy in the backpack
Mm-hmm.
and walk straight down the middle of the street because nobody on the sidewalk listens to anything. So
Oh God.
Hey, John, nice to meet you. My name is Malik. I'm one of the producers at Marquee, so we're gonna get started here shortly.
All right,
Thanks for
man.
your
Nice to
time.
meet you. No problem.
Nice to meet you as well. Hey, Dim, so we'll just start with you on a single, and then just whenever you're ready, we can go.
Okay.
Remember, this is your B block, right? And then when you're done,
Yep.
whenever you wrap up your T's and Casey.
Yep.
Okay.
So I'm just bringing
Kevin, you
in
want
the
to start?
show from the break.
Yep. Kevin, you want to start on the single? Just make sure you pop Sloan and so forth. All right, you ready, Dim?
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
All right, welcome in everybody to Off the Mound, presented by Sloan. I'm your host, Ryan Dempster. We're really excited for our first guest here today. This guy, I don't know, he's not bad. Three-time World Series champ. I played with him both with the Boston Red Sox, and I played with him with the Boston Red Sox. That's right. That's where he guided us to a World Series ring. The big left-hander, John Lester. Johnny, what's up, my boy? How you doing, man?
What's going? Good, man. What's going on, Dale?
Just living the quarantine life.
Yeah,
You
I hear
know,
you.
staying home, staying safe, trying to do my best. We were talking about earlier, the homeschooling stuff's it's a little tough.
Yeah, yeah. It's interesting what you forget going back to being in third grade and trying to go through all this stuff and they obviously teach things a little bit differently now than when we grew up, and it's I spent a lot more time on Google looking up what some of this stuff means than actually helping my kid with his actual homework. So it's been a little bit of a grind, but it's been fun too, man. Like just to see how they learn and how they go about stuff, and it's been cool at the same time.
Yeah, I was talking with our good friend 1-5, Kevin Millar, about just right now, this time, our opportunity to just like uber connect with our families, our wife and our kids, and how awesome that is. Because I know how much you know, love your family and love being around them. So to be around them all this time is a luxury that we haven't ever had as people involved in baseball, you know, as players or as people off the field as well.
Yeah, it's been cool, like to be home. During this time of year, we're never home this time of year. We're always, amped up, ready to go, and to see kind of the seasons change down here. I've got to go down to my farm quite a bit and be a part of that and kind of see what goes on during the springtime when we're planting and we're doing different things to the land and burning, and obviously the fishing's been pretty good. So that's been a positive. Obviously we miss baseball and we miss playing, but it's been a positive to be around and get to spend some quality time here.
Your kids know that eventually you're going to go back to playing baseball, right? They're going to get so used to having you home. They're going to be like, "What? Dad's going?"
Yeah, I don't know. I think they're kind of in that, obviously we've been talking about for the last year or so about, the next stage of my life as far as retirement and that sort of thing. So I don't know how they're going to feel about it. I think they kind of feel like I'm done. And, they know obviously what's going on in the world and stuff like that and why we can't be playing. But yeah, it's going to be a little bit about a little pulling teeth to leave here, winning if the time comes, to head back to playing.
Well, we're not playing real baseball right now, and I know how much you love analytics and that kind of stuff. So I was looking up, you know how they're playing like virtual games right now. So they're doing all these virtual games, and the
Yeah.
players are playing MLB The Show, and where you're right now in the virtual games, you have 6 games started,
Hmm.
and you are. Let's check this out. I think you're 1-3.
Oof.
How do you feel about that? And what could we do to do we need to buy some coins for the MLB show and upgrade your thing, or
Yeah, right.
is the something like that, right?
Well, like, what's the other stuff looking like? If I just had some bad luck and some starts that I've lost, or am I pitching okay? Like, what's going on?
You're not giving up a lot of hits. You got 30 innings pitched. You got 11 walks, 32 hits given up, but only 15 strikeouts. And what I saw early on in spring training, I just think that's a little kind of underestimating because it looked like you had a little bit more zip on your ball going this year.
Yeah, I had the swing and miss pitch going early this year. hey, you know, I'm a slow starter, so maybe we'll get going here the next couple starts and turn it around on there.
Um, Slow starting, sure, okay, whatever. I'll give you that. I don't think you're a slow starter. You've had this so far, and like you said, we don't know what the future holds just in life in general right now. But looking back on your career, three-time World Series champion, we see those trophies over your right shoulder there. Those are pretty awesome, and like
Yeah.
to win each one of those, and you kind of did them at different stages early on in your career in 2007 and then 2013, 6 years later, and then here you come to Chicago for that reason, right? That was
Yeah.
known. Theo talked about that, signing you to win a World Series. What did it mean to you to do that? And you did it in 2 years, knowing that that was the goal.
Man, that was everything. You know, I think that, you know, we're all human and we all have feelings and emotions and stuff like that. So I knew coming in, signing that deal wasn't going to be, you know, I don't think you ever fully live up to the amount of money that we make. It's pretty crazy, and it's unfathomable. It's awesome what we get to do and be a part of. But I don't think that contract would have been justified if we don't win. And to be able to do that year two, and we were so close year one. You know, I mean, we were a couple good games away from putting ourselves in back-to-back World Series. So, but yeah, just to do it early, man, I think that was just a huge weight off my shoulders. You know, one of the main reasons, there's probably like one A, one B type reasons why I signed in Chicago, and that was number one. You know, and I got to see those guys in '04 do it in Boston and be a part of that organization, and how it really turned that organization around, and to be a part of it and actually front and center and start from day one and put the blood, sweat, and tears into it and come out on top. You know, like I said, I think the biggest thing for me was just kind of that weight off my shoulders, and kind of like we accomplished what I came here to do. And, you know, there's really it's hard to describe the emotions um, fully that really went into that.
Looking back too, and kind of going down that trip down memory lane, like how much experience does pay off, because being down 3-1 in that series to Cleveland, like you start that game five. What was that like for you? Take fans into what that was like, because everybody that was a Cub fan was beyond nervous.
Yeah, I think, but I think what happened in game one made me better for game five. You know, game one kind of got away from me early. You know, I got two quick outs, and Lindor comes up, gets a base hit, and then it's like walk, hit by, or swing and bunt, hit by pitch, and we're down 2-0. You know, like this. It's like this game started so well, and now we're down 2-0, and it was like, okay, slow things down. You know, get back to executing pitches, and we got there, and I think that really helped me going into game five. And man, game five was just crazy. You know, game 3 and 4, we were obviously out there early, but I just didn't feel like it was the same as game five. Maybe because, you know, your emotions and your senses are heightened because you're pitching. I mean, when I went out there to warm up, Wrigley was packed, and not only packed, I mean, they were loud and they were ready to go. And that's 45 minutes, 50 minutes before the game. And I just remember that feeling of warming up and going through that, and it was a blur, and then walking on the field. And I just remember Rossi and I have this routine of where when we're walking in, we talk to the catcher, and like, here's the signs we want to do, you know, on second, you know, this is the signs with nobody on, you know, because usually we're throwing the fastball first pitch of the game, like second pitch of the game, and then he cuts me off and he's like, "I love you, man." I'm like, "I love you too." And it kind of like threw me off from everything, just because that might have been his last start. So now all that stuff started coming into my mind. And then we get to the first batter, and it's like, man, I had such an ease about being on the mound. You know, it was like, I've prepared, I'm ready, and we're going to win this game. I just had a feeling that we were going to win that game. And I just remember, you know, you're talking about 1-5. I just remember him talking about '04. Like, we win tonight. We got, what was it? It was Pedro, then Schill, or Schill, then Pedro. And then game 7, you never know. You know, like,
Yep.
you get to game 7, it's a crapshoot. So I needed us to get to game 6. And I felt like we get to game 6. We had who pitched that night? Arrieta. Um,
Arietta.
yeah. So I'm like, we got game 6. Then we got game 7 with Kyle on the mound, and then it's like I like our chances. So I just remember getting on the mound, having that ease, and then it was like punchy, 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 and me and Rossi are looking at each other running off the mound or walking off the mound, and it's like it's game over. I felt really good about it. Um, then we gave up the homer the next inning, and then Chris picked us up. And it was like once we were just kind of waiting. It was like that Dodger series. We were waiting for that hit, waiting for something to happen. Zoe lays down that bunt. It's like, oh, damn, here we go. And then Addy hits the
Mm-hmm.
3-run homer. And it was like Chris hits that homer. Now it's like, okay, now we're good. And we ended up pulling it off. The bullpen was huge that game coming in. I think I left with 80 something or 90 pitches, and just talking to Boz, I'm like, I don't want in a 3-2 game. I don't want to go out there, and I know I'm hitter to hitter. The bullpen knows I'm hitter to hitter, and something happened where now I get one out and then give up a double. Now he's got to come in with a guy on second base in a do or die game with the tying run on second. I just didn't want a lot of that stuff to happen, and I felt,
Yep.
it's time to put the ego aside and go, hey, listen, Boz, Joe, I think it's better if you can match up from here on out and just play
Yep.
the cards. We've got to get 9 outs and do what's best. And obviously we had Chappie too. So it was like we really didn't need to get 9 outs. We needed to get maybe 3 to get to Chap, and that's what kind of ended up happening. So.
And then you find yourself, a few days later, as part of that bullpen. Like, that's obviously that time of year. We saw that in 2013 with Lackey, what he did, pitching out of the bullpen and then coming back and starting Game 6 in Boston and winning World Series. Here you are, you start Game 5, you do an unbelievable job. You get the Cubs to a Game 6, and then you come in the bullpen in Game 7. What was that like out in the bullpen when you're warming up in Cleveland? Like, warming up for a start, something you've done your whole life. You've thrown 150 plus innings in the postseason. You don't relieve, So now all of a
Yeah,
sudden, like it's like ding dong, get Lester up, and you're like, whoa. What were the emotions like going through all that?
man, it was crazy. I've been in situations where I've been in the bullpen in playoffs and never even got up. After 07 doesn't really count, just being young. But ever since then, I've had situations where I've told the manager, like, hey, I'll be down there if you need me, and never had a phone ring. So for Joe to approach me and say, which I knew I was going to go down there anyway, just something happens, like we'll be ready, me and Lack and Jake. I know Jake was on, he pitched I think the night before or whatever. So that was a little less likely, but we were there and we were ready. But to be down there and to actually wait for that phone to ring and just sitting around, and when it rings, it's like, hey, you need to get going. It's a feeling that I don't like, to be honest. I mean, you closed for a while, and man, I just don't know. Like I said after that game, I give all respect to what relievers do day in and day out when that phone rings. And so I did my normal routine, and they told, like, Kyle gets out of the inning, so we're good. So it's like, okay, chill out. And so I'm standing there, and Travis Wood's down there, and so I start just kind of playing catch to stay loose. And Kyle runs back out there, and they're like, just you're good. And then something else happened. They go, get hot. And then they had me sit down again, and Travis comes over. I go, Travis, what the hell do I do? And he's like, just play catch. Just 70, 80%, just play catch. He goes, you know what you're doing. You know what pitches you're throwing. It's not a matter of locating. It's just a matter of staying loose. And that was probably the best advice I got. And next thing you know, I'm running out of the bullpen, and we're giving up 2 runs on a pass ball, and trying to somehow stop bleeding, and we did, and we ended up, Rossi coming out, picking us up the next inning and hitting a homer, and kind of cruised from there.
Yeah, what a cool experience. So, we all dream of starting a game in the World Series, but to start a game in the World Series and then, 3 days later you're pitching in Game 7 too. That's some Kurt Schilling, Randy Johnson stuff. Back when they won. So, hats
Yeah.
off to you, man. I enjoyed watching it so much, being somebody who played with you and a teammate, and then watching you, be there for your teammates like that was really cool.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. I hear who's yelling at you in the background right there.
No,
That Sai?
it's she's yelling down the stairs for Hudson and Walker. They're down there watching TV, and she's trying to find them.
Oh, nice, man. Do you guys sit around at all right now and maybe like throw on a 2016? I know, she's obviously wasn't around, but just throw on a 2016 tape and say, hey, here's what went on, and let the boys kind of take that all in.
No, because I don't think they fully understand it yet. Hudson does a little bit. He kind of understood 16, but I don't think it'll really sink in for them, for a while. I mean, we've had this conversation, man. Like, we come into the clubhouse and I'm dad. They think that
Yeah.
everybody else in the clubhouse is the coolest person in the world except for me. I'm just dad, So
Yeah.
yeah, it broke my heart a little bit when Hud told me that Chris was his favorite player, and then Walker being the younger guy can't go with the same guy, so he went with Rizzo, and so it's just like it's cool to see, man. Like I really enjoy bringing them in and seeing that and their relationships building with guys, and to them it's just my job. They don't fully grasp what actually goes on day to day, and they, they'd rather stay in the kids' room than come out to the stands and watch the game. So hopefully we can maybe play for another year or two, and so they can start understanding what's going on.
Do you ever want to hire like Riz or KB to be your babysitter? Because at least your kids will listen to them.
No, I don't want to hire Riz at all. I don't think that would be good parenting. I think I would get in trouble for letting him watch my kids. Now, Chris, on the other hand, obviously with him having a new baby and he's a little bit more mature and a little bit I think more responsible than Anthony is. But no, Anthony can come to the house and hang out, but he's not allowed to supervise my kids without me there.
I had Riz on off the mound first week 1, and I said, of all the players that you miss the most, who do you miss? And he said you. He said, I miss John Lester. I miss seeing his face every day I walk in there.
Really?
Yeah.
I find that hard.
I was shocked. I was just as shocked as you are.
I find that hard to believe. As much grief as I give him, I'm surprised he said that.
Well, you know what he likes to? I think he likes a little bit of direction, and you always just keep him in check and keep him honest. So I think that plays a big part.
Well, I do. When he does act like a little kid, I call him Hudson sometimes, just to bring him back down. It's just I'll be yelling at him in the weight room or something like, Hudson, stop. Like, let's start focusing on being a 30-year-old instead of a 9-year-old for a change.
That's what you got to tell him. Like, Anthony, man, it's like I've adopted a 30-year-old. Let's go. Clean up. I don't need another son.
Exactly.
Well, it's so great to catch up with you, man. I hope that you and Farah and the fam are doing great, and look forward to seeing you on the other side of this and watching you back out there in real life, because I know your real life stats will dominate your virtual stats that they're throwing out there.
I hope so. I'm ready, man. I'm ready to get back and see everybody and just get back into that routine. You kind of lost without the routine a little bit.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us so much, John Lester, everybody. And we'll be right back after this break with Sean Casey. That's right, the mayor is going to be joining the show. Thanks for joining us here on Off the Mound. We'll be right back after this break.
I'm going to keep rolling for a little bit, Suzanne.
Excellent,
Sweet.
boys. Believe it or not, that was 18 minutes. That felt like 10 minutes. That was great.
Wow,
Awesome.
Right on.
Wow. Good stuff.
Thanks, guys.
Sweet, dude.
Yeah, man.
I just want to see you back out there, Johnny, because you've gone 3 straight years with a homer, and we got to keep that streak going.
Well, the way if it's anything how I'm hitting the golf ball right now, it's not good. So hopefully the bat will be better than the golf ball.
I'm just waiting. As soon as Governor Pritzker says golf courses are open, I'm Audi 5000. I'm gonna go tee it up. I have not swung a golf club.
Bro, it's crazy down here, man. My club has been open, but you have to carry your own bag. Like, you can't take a cart or anything. I played up with Smoltz the other day. Bro, you just take your own cart. All right, see you guys later. Like we're playing six-sums
Perfect.
and eight-sums. You just have your own cart. It's actually
Yep.
kind of genius.
It is all the riffraff that took forever. You go play golf and it takes 8 hours because you got all the other stuff. Now it's like just get in your car and go play.
Yeah, BMAC be
I
rolling
love
around
it.
with a hand sanitizer bottle in his cup holder.
I'm sure he does.
Oh man, but
Oh, dude, it's so awesome
all
to
right,
see you,
man.
man.
Yeah, you too, dude.
Yeah,
You too.
we'll have to have a non-work Zoom call one of these nights or FaceTime with a little bottle of wine.
Okay, yeah, just holler at me.
Yeah, I did that the other night with our buddy, the guitar player in the band, and I set up a Napa Valley in the backyard. So I
Did
put
you?
out a table. Yeah, tables like 6 feet apart, and then I put like champagne glass, a Chardonnay glass, I 4 different glasses, and then I had bottles already opened, and then we just did a tasting because by the fire because we were like, all right, let's do this.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so we'll have to do something like
That'd be
that, man.
fun, man.
Love
Yeah,
you,
man. That'd
love
be
your brother.
cool. Love you, man.
Tell Fair I said hi.
All right, brother.
All right, love you, Dad.
I'll see you. Love you, Dad.
See you.
Dan, you got me? I think he signed off.
Hey, dude, you got me? Ching, ching, ching.
All right, how do we figure this Zoom thing out? What is a Zoom?
Hey, Demp, that was really good.
A Zoom used to be a Quaalude that I used to take back in the '60s. Got you up really fast and then brought you down really slow.
These are Harry's real glasses. Yeah, that was great, dude. That was really awesome. Can you hear me all right?
That was really
Let's read a couple bumps.
Yeah.
Your bump there. We got some. We were popping a little bit, so let's do that one. And then also too, let's do the bump for today. Remember,
Oh,
I
so
told you
I
we
gotta
were.
go get I'll go get my other shirt too.
No. That you can do it all voiceover.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, do it voiceover. It is. So let's do the one for today first.
Okay.
Up next, we talk jersey retirement and potential Super Bowl trips. That's coming up on Off the Mound, presented by Sloan. So remember, we were
Okay.
asking the guys about the Super Bowl and stuff.
Yep.
Okay. So hold on a second. Suzanne, are you hearing me?
Yes.
If we could just please set up a separate record just for this bump, because Andrew needs this for his edit session today.
Okay, Kevin, you got that?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Should ask Kevin.
Yeah, I stopped down.
Yep.
Yeah, I stopped down. I just set a record right now. I can stop it now
Okay.
and still wait if you need.
Yep. Just this specific read that he's doing is specifically for today's edit. So I just want to make that clear for Andrew to have.
Copy. I'll start a record about 10 seconds before we start here.
I'm sorry, Kevin. Did you say you're ready now? I'm sorry, I missed that.
Yeah, I'll start the record 10 seconds before we start here.
Yeah,
So,
go for it.
Miller's got time.
I think you're ready, right, Jim, to do this?
I'm
Yep.
rolling.
Okay, cool.
Up next, we
All
talk
right.
jersey retirement. Oh.
Okay, no worries. I'll count you in real quick.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Up next, we talk jersey retirement and possible Super Bowl trips. Stay tuned for more Off the Mound presented by Sloan.
That was good on my end, audio-wise.
Yep. We'll do one more.
Yep.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Up next, we talk jersey retirement and possible Super Bowl trips. Stay tuned for more Off the Mound with Ryan Dempster presented by Sloan.
Boom. All right, now this record. This is back for our show for next week. So whenever you want to, this next bump. So you're just bumping Casey again.
Oh, yeah, I got you.
Let me know when you're ready, Kevin.
I'm all good. Or you want me to stop a record, start a new one?
Actually, don't worry, but don't stop the record. I'll just make it clear to Andrew. Don't worry.
When it
Don't
started?
stop it.
Cool. All right.
Yeah.
I'm all good.
Here we go. Demp. 3, 2, 1.
Well, a big thank you to the big left-hander, John Lester, for joining us. And up next, we got the mayor. That's right, Cincinnati Reds Hall of Famer Sean Casey's going to be joining us with more Off the Mound by Ryan. Oh, shoot. All right, cool. Do that again. Ready?
3, 2, 1.
Big thanks to the big left-hander, John Lester, for joining us there. And up next, we got the mayor. That's right, Cincinnati Reds Hall of Famer Sean Casey's going to be joining the show, as we'll be right back with more Off the Mound with Ryan Dempster, presented by Sloan.
I took like two pops there if you want to do it one more time.
Yep.
Okay. Can we do that one more time?
Yep.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Always great to see the big left-hander, John Lester. Thanks for joining us here. Up next, we got the mayor. That's right, Cincinnati Reds Hall of Famer Sean Casey's going to be joining us. We'll be right back with more Off the Mound presented by Sloan.
That was good on my end.
Good. I think we got enough to work with there.
Okay. And Case should be coming in pretty soon.
Yeah. I'm not worried about Case. That'll be great.
Yeah. Johnny was good, man. It was good to see him laugh a little and smile, and those stories were great,
Yeah.
man. Having him go in depth of that stuff, man, and the B-roll that
Yeah.
we could roll off that.
Yeah,
So
I can't
awesome.
believe that was 18 minutes. That flew by. That was good.
Yeah. And like, I was gonna start going down other trip, but I was like, dude, like, it's fun to be fun, and I'm totally all for the fun, and I love the fun, but like, I also want to give Cub fans sitting at home a chance to be, and baseball fans to be like, wow, that's what he was thinking, and those were his emotions, and
Right.
that's what he felt, and we can kind of focus on that a little bit, because especially with this episode, who knows what the fuck Casey's going to talk about.
All right. All good.
If we can just get him to keep his shirt on,
Yeah.
Yeah, Demp, as a Cubs fan, that was awesome. Great interview.
Sweet.
How are you holding up? Okay. Well, you should create them so we're using them for every week, right? Do you want me to give it to Bernard to do proper sound design? Right. Okay. Right. All right, that sounds good. I'll check in with you probably after 360. All right, man. All right, see you. Thanks. So he said that was Andrew Demp. He said the show's looking great.
Awesome, dude.
Hey, Malik.
Hey, Malik.
What's up, Demp?
Thank you.
Hey, case is just going to be 10 minutes, he said.
Okay.
So I'm going to log back in like about 6-8 minutes. Do you need anything else in
Okay.
between there?
No, you're good.
Okay.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sitting around waiting. Yes.
Hurry up and wait. Hurry up and wait.
What time do you think? What's his name is getting going? Grace.
Well, he said he would be on early.
Well, just keep in mind you saw that note from Lynn, or did you not see it?
Uh,
Damn.
Ah,
You got me, bro?
yeah. What's up, dude?
What's up?
Jim Leland there, huh? How you doing, baby?
Error.
Hey, hurry up and take that picture so I can put this cigarette out.
Dude, one of the greatest ever was Chad Durbin. Like he he walked a bunch of guys to start before, and Durbin was going out to pitch, and I was running out at the same time to run my sprints. Or I was in the dugout, and Leland's like, "Hey, Durb, let me talk to you real quick." He's like, "Yeah, what's up, Skip?" He's like, "Hey, man," he goes, "Listen, can you cut down on the walks today?" He goes, "Your last start was a 3-pack start, and I almost died." He goes, "Can you make it a 2-pack start, please? Quit walking so many guys." So good.
Dude, he pulled me out of a game in Montreal.
Yeah.
So I was winning the game 3-0.
Yeah.
In the fourth inning, I had 3 1/3. I had 2 out, runner on first, and I went walk, right? Not
Right.
trying to walk to load the bases, whatever. and here he comes, and I thought he was going to give me a pep rally, and he's like, "Hey, good game," and he has his hand out, and I'm like, I haven't given up a run yet. I'm the starting pitcher with 2 out, and I haven't given up a run. And then the next day, I'm out running on the track, and he's puffing away in the dugout, and he goes, "I sure yanked your ass in a hurry yesterday, didn't I?" Fuck. Yeah, dude, he's just a beauty, dude. He's so much fun.
He's so great, dude.
I
That's
loved
so
him, though,
him.
man. I just loved him.
No, he's the best, dude. He's the greatest. He's my
Yeah.
favorite manager ever of all time, hands down. Him and Tito. Oh, I also played for Tito at the end too. That was awesome. You play with Tito?
No, I never did.
Oh, damn! You'd have loved Tito, bro. Oh my god.
I know Millar said the same thing.
Oh, he was the best.
Yeah.
God dang
Millar
it!
said he would like. Huh? What's up?
My audio is like I'm delayed. I don't know if it's my Bluetooth.
Oh, are you on Wi-Fi or are you on data? Try going on.
Hey, Sean, you got me here. This
data
is Kevin, the
just to get
director.
Yeah, I got you.
Your video and audio are coming in clear.
Are they?
Okay.
Yep.
I guess no. I in the one picture, the one picture I have of me is clear, but then, oh yeah, there we
The
go.
double box is not.
Let me see. Can you tell that? Oh wait, I think it's working now. No, it's not. See, it's just a little bit off.
You
The
think that
one-
you're
the
coming?
one-
You're
The one box over here, that's I'm in the double. I have two screens on. The
Yep.
screen to the left up top is on, is right, and then the big one I'm in is just off.
Yep. So what I was gonna have you do? Can you actually scoot up in your chair a little bit? I was gonna frame up the boxes for you, and then slide a touch to your left. I just want you to split the picture frame and the shelf. Perfect.
There?
There you go, right there.
Okay.
That's
Yeah, but
perfect.
you got to tell him to turn off the other. He's got his little monitor box on. That's what he's saying to you.
Yeah.
I can do it if you want.
You know that. Malik,
Hey,
you wanna turn
Case,
that
what's
monitor
up?
off?
Malik.
Who's? Say it again.
Hey, what's up, Casey? It's Malik. How are you?
Hey Malik, what's up, dude? How's it going? Jeez,
good,
I haven't
man.
talked to you in Malik. It's so good to hear you, man. That's unbelievable. It's been a long time, dude.
Yeah, it has
How's
been.
it going?
Everything.
It's been. How's everything going?
Everything is great. You know what I mean? As great as it can be, up to what happened. But it's been good to be
Yeah.
back with Santini and Nick.
Nice, man. Nice.
Yeah, good to see your face.
Good, brother. Yeah. Good to hear your voice, man. Hopefully, I'll get a chance to see you at some point.
Yeah, definitely. We'll catch up for sure.
All right, cool.
Are you still seeing the double boxes? Because there's a little toolbar where there's a toolbar in the middle of your screen. If you hit it, hit the box with the slanted box with the slant down the middle, and that'll get rid of your little box.
Hit the one in the middle, the green box in the middle.
Yeah, hit that one, and it should get rid of the box that's annoying you.
Okay, yeah, I
Did that
got rid
work?
of it. Okay, yeah,
Yep.
no, but I got rid of that box, but when I'm talking, I'm off. Am I off to you guys or no? I'll just look at Demp.
Yeah, if
Demp,
you just
can you
look right at the
talk?
camera, you're coming in right on. No delay for you.
Okay. All right, I'll just look right at the camera then. I won't
Yep.
even look at myself. Or maybe you could just could you just on my screen just put Dempster up?
Well, you're gonna see the two box or the single based off of. There's only one output. We can't give you something separate. You know what I mean?
No, I was saying if I could just see Demp on my screen, then I could not see myself.
Yeah. So what you're gonna see is essentially program. So when I cut back and forth, that's what you're gonna see. Unfortunately, that's the only output we can.
All right, no worries. I'll just look right. I'll look right at the camera then.
Where you at, Case? Pittsburgh?
I'm at my house. Yeah, in Pittsburgh. Yeah.
All right.
How's Santini and Steger and those guys doing?
Everybody's good. Santini is back in Connecticut. He went back like the day that we shut down. He went back, and Steger has been back and forth with New York, but he's been back here in Chicago. So everybody's good, man. We're just chugging away doing TV the same way you guys are doing it at MLB Network. So kind of
Good, man.
this is the new normal.
Tell those guys I said hi if you talk to them.
Yeah, I will for sure. Kevin, whenever you're ready, just give me the single, and then we'll just get going.
Copy. About 30 more.
Okay. So, Dim, you can just wrap this one up generically because we haven't talked about what we're going to do in the last segment yet.
Okay.
And then we'll just redo the bumps when we do your monologue next week.
So I'm just coming in out of this thanking, welcome back to Off the Mound, presented by Sloan.
Yep, exactly.
All right, I'm ready on my end.
All right, Dim, I'll count you in real quick. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to everybody. Sorry, go ahead. Hey, Case, suck a dick.
I love you, bro.
Here we go, fellas. 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back, everybody, to Off the Mound, presented by Sloan. Well, sometimes you have a guest that you know is going to move the needle a lot. This guy had the nickname of the Mayor, not just in Cincinnati, where he's a Reds Hall of Famer, but around the league. Sean Casey, welcome to Off the Mound. Thanks for joining us today, Case.
Yeah, what's up, Debbie? How you doing, my man? Good to see you, brother.
Good to see you, man. So excited to have you join us here on the show. It's like a kind of a 6-degree separation. John Lester, teammate,
Yes.
John Lester, teammate of yours. Somehow
Yes. Also
a teammate, because you were an honorary member of both the 2013 and 2016 World Series champions.
That's right. I was. Johnny Lester, man, 2008 was really his rookie year with the Red Sox, and that was my last year. So I always think I brought him under my wing. I know he's big time now. He's big money and all that stuff. He's got the rings all over the place with the Red Sox and the Cubs. But I still look at him like my little brother I can put in a headlock and just give him a couple noogies. You know what I mean?
He might be big money, but he is one of the most generous people you'll ever meet in your life, and he definitely shares that wealth with everybody.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
How you doing right now? What have you been up to?
I'm doing good, man. I'm just doing a lot of stuff that you're probably doing. I'm just, I got the kids doing their things. We're trying to figure out workouts. We're playing cards, putting puzzles together. I've been trying to play a little bit of guitar, but that's not working out too well. That's a lot harder than you think, bro. It's tough. I'd rather do the air guitar with the bat, like this right here, because I am trying to learn guitar during this quarantine, and it's just not working out that well, And Dem, you play guitar, don't you?
I'm the same way. I'm picking it up and learning. I have my quarantine karaoke sessions in the basement here. I get it going, and I see what happens. I noticed too. You've been
Perfect.
putting out awesome. You've been putting out awesome hitting videos for kids at home, because that's the truth, right? Right now we're in this like crazy world of not being able to play baseball, but you can still practice. And talk about why you did that, and kind of what kids can be doing out there to kind of help themselves during this tough time.
Yeah, I was trying to think, what could I put out there that kids could watch, and it's so true. I mean, repetition is the mother of skill as far as baseball goes. There's so much skill that goes into it. I saw you put out a couple videos too. You were on a board talking about balance and like really getting through. I mean, you don't even need a mound. You don't need, for me, we have a net in the garage, but you don't even need that. I mean, you could even just get in front of the mirror and work on your separation, your stride, you're walking away from your hands, your rotation of your hips, your step. There's so many things you can work on. Just dry swings, your contact point. But my sons and I have been doing a lot of hitting just off the tee in the garage, and just doing a lot of different drills and stuff like that. And my youngest son Jake, who's 17, has been doing a lot of throwing the ball off the wall and fielding some ground balls, backhands, forehands, footwork stuff. So, man, there really is a ton you could do at home. I think this has given us all a second to evaluate the situation and just say, hey, man, I can't go here and I can't go there, but there's still stuff I can do if I get creative in my head right at home. So it's been pretty fun trying to figure some things out, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, because we miss it, right? Like we miss. I know how much both of us love the game of baseball, and we're lucky that we get to be analysts and we get to talk about it and we get to be around the game and be connected to the game still. And that's probably the toughest part, is those relationships that we're not able to have in person right now, that we have through the game of baseball.
Oh, dude, I big time. For me, I like being around the guys, and I like, especially our team at MLB Network. I miss you and I miss Millar, and I was telling Cliffy Floyd last night. I said, Cliffy, I just miss seeing you. I miss going to get a dinner after a show or something like that. So, there's a lot of guys. I'm looking forward to baseball getting going again, because it's been such a big part of my life. It's been 20 plus years of almost 25 years of being in the game. And I just absolutely love, being around the guys. But talking baseball, man, like I need to get back on air just to talk baseball. How guys are playing, what players are doing well, all that stuff. And I need to get back with D-Row and the MLB Central and all those guys, Chihati and Roflo and everybody. I'm sure you're chomping at the bit too, just to get back there.
Yeah, it's like a big part of your life just suddenly stops, especially when you get done playing and then you're fortunate enough to be
Yeah.
around it and be in it. I miss all you guys. That's no doubt about that, man. And the,
Yeah.
the people in the producers and the editors and everybody that's putting together a show, and those people you get used to being
Yeah.
around. It's tough being away.
No, it's your team, man. It's your new team. I was telling the other day, I think I texted Amzi. I'm like, what have you been doing? He's like, I'm going crazy here, staying home. So I think all of us are ready to get back to that team atmosphere.
Well, you're awesome, obviously on air to listen to and talk the game, and I know how much you love hitting and talking hitting, and we got to face each other quite a few times in our career. I looked it up because I wasn't quite sure, and
Uh-oh.
dude, you owned me. Like,
Did I really?
now,
Did I?
yeah, now I'm realizing why I'm a game below 500 in my career. Right there. 24 times, 19 at bats, 368 batting average, and a 1.026 OPS. Thump. Serious thump.
Hey, my bad, Depp. My bad, bro. When I was in the box, there's certain guys you love. I was like, man, I love this guy, but I gotta eat. I was like, I gotta pay the bills right here. I need one of those backup sliders, Depp, I can put in the gap somewhere. That's what I need.
I'm on a long list of guys that you absolutely rake. So I mean, a 300 hitter in the big leagues. You got a lot of those numbers against a lot of guys. I know that. Who's the guy that you were like, no thanks, I'm good. Just like I need the day off. Who's that guy?
Oh, dude, you know what's so funny, Depp? You'd think it'd be like listen, Randy Johnson that wasn't fun, but I ended up hitting 333 off him somehow. I was flipping balls out there. So he was nasty. But the guy that owned me, and I'm sure you remember him. Remember Steve Kleiner?
Yeah,
Left-handed pitcher with the
yes.
call. Oh my God, dude! I could not get a hit off Steve Klein, and it was unbelievable. Sinker slider, had 2 pitches, and it was unbelievable. He'd throw a sinker into my hands, he'd get my front shoulder kicking, then he'd throw me a slider away, and he was the only guy I ever started guessing with. I was like, okay, that's it. I'm 0 for 18 off this guy. Tony La Russa would bring him in no matter what, 3-2 game in the 8th. Here comes Klein. I'm like, okay, I get it. Big situation. I'm definitely out. It's like when you're you try to be confident. I'm like, be confident. Boom, the game would just blow up my bat. But it would be the thing that used to tick me off so much, then, it'd be 9-0 in the 7th. The Cardinals are winning. There's nobody on, 2 outs, and here comes La Russa. Is like, give me Klein. I'm like, Klein? I'm like, to face me with a 9, it's 9. I'm like, this is stuff La Russa would do just to mess with my head, was bringing Klein whenever he could. And I finally got a hit off him. I think he was with the Giants. I'll never forget, bases loaded. He had to get traded for me to get a hit off him. He gets traded to the Giants. It's unbelievable. So, bases loaded. He comes up, big situation. He blows me up with a sinker. I bloop one. It was like a get off me. I threw one out the left. It bloops over the shortstop head. 2-run score. I get to first base, and Kleiner has the nerve to say to me, "Really, Case, you're going to take that?" I go, "What? Yeah, I'm going to take that. I haven't got a hit. I haven't got a hit in 4 years off you. Yes, I'm going to take that one."
Hey, that would largely explain your batting average in the '06 World Series against the Cardinals. Because you were like, all right, Tony, that's right. You don't got Steve Klein to pitch to me every time. I'm going to be going deep and hitting 520. Yeah,
That's right.
wear it.
Oh, dude, I wanted to say that. When I went deep in Game 4, I think when I touched home plate, I'm like, yeah, where's Klein now, La Russa? How about you bring Klein out here? How about a bomb in the gap one time?
And you know what Tony La Russa was thinking? Man, I wish I had Steve Klein right now.
Exactly. He was. Oh, he was.
Case, everywhere you went, you were a guy that, was so respected around the league. Guys loved playing against you, competing against you. You got the nickname the Mayor because you'd headlock guys at first base on your campaign trail. But playing in different cities, I know Chicago, you had a lot of fun playing at Wrigley Field against the Cubs. You had a certain incident in Chicago. And could you just kind of take us through what happened there? Because to me, this is just such a great story, and I want you to share this with everyone.
Oh, man. Wow, going into Wrigley was great. Was in the, we played together in Cincinnati a couple years then, and then you played in Chicago, and you know how awesome those fans are and that atmosphere, and you guys had some great clubs, with D. Lee and Sosa and Aramis Ramirez. You guys had some absolute thunder in those lineups, and those were some years we would come in and just get boat race, just wham, there's a sweep, and boom, there's 2 out of 3, and bam, 3 out of 4, and it was so frustrating. I remember, every time we would come out to go to the bus, I don't know if it was Murphy's or what it was on the corner. There was a bar on the corner there, and I remember the crowd, the fans would always be like, "You guys stink, yeah, blah blah blah," and they would be all over us, and I'd be like, "Oh man, they're right. The Cubs kill us. We just can't come in here and get a series for whatever reason. They just got such a good team." So it was at the end of I believe it was the end of it was the 04 season, if I'm not mistaken, and I think the Cubs were like a half game up or a half game down in the wild card, and I remember it was big time playoff implications, and there was 7 games to go, and we had 4 at Wrigley, and I remember pulling the team together, and we were like 35 games out at the time, the Reds. I'm like, wow, we are not good. We're 35 back, but I did say, hey, listen, I said, guys, at the end of the day, this is our postseason. We have a chance to come in here against the Cubs and send a message and send these guys home packing, because they've been sending us packing home for years, right? So everyone's all fired up, all that stuff. So we come out game 1, bam, we lose. I'm like, well, that was a good speech I gave. Looks like motivation factor's on the negative, the speech I gave, So they're like the Cubs were neck and neck, I believe, with the Marlins at the time. So we go out there, but we win the next 3, right? And whatever happened in the standings, somehow the Marlins won, and the Cubs ended up being mathematically eliminated with the 3 wins that we had in Wrigley, right? So we're all excited. We got 3 games to go. We're going back to Cincy to finish the season. We just did our job, took care of the Cubs in for the postseason race. It's getaway day, so we got our suits on. We come over.
You
to the
guys
bus.
are pouring
We're all fired up.
champagne.
Oh,
You guys
yeah,
are
we're like
sitting there and everything.
we're only 33 games out. What a year! This is unbelievable. It was so great. So we get on the bus and we're all excited. We're on the bus and we're kind of high five, and I look over at that bar and there's like just a few people that are just like depressed. No one's looking over, and I'm like, yeah, you're not talking trash now, all that stuff. So anyway, we're having fun with it, kind of joking around. It's a Thursday day game, so we're putting along, and Wrigleyville on a Thursday at 5:00. It's like a parking lot. You know what I mean? It's trap bumper to bumper. So we get about 5 blocks away from Wrigley, and we're having a good time on the bus, and we're enjoying our W, and I look over in the neighborhood, and there's a neighborhood bar there, packed house of Cub fans, and you could tell they're all kind of depressed. Got one guy just crushing chicken wing, buffalo sauce on his face. He's you could tell he's just having a tough day. Another guy's got the cheesy fries going. He's got the chili on his, and I'm just like, I gotta get in there. Like I gotta send a message to these Cub fans, right? So I go up to the front of the bus. I'm like, hey, let me off. And the bus driver's, no, you can't let you off. He's like, we're moving. And I'm like, no, you got to let me out. And the guy's like, no, I can't. So I told Barry Larkin, I go, Barry, you're Barry Larkin. Tell this guy to let me out. So he's like, hey, let him out. He's like, what are you doing, Case? I was like, hang on a second. So I'm full suit. Bam, the bus driver lets me out. I get off the bus. I go into this bar. I'm like, excuse me. I finagle my way in, packed house, get right in the middle of the bar, which you could probably never do nowadays. But I yell at the top of my lungs. I'm like, hey, all you Cub fans. And like, now the record stops. Everyone kind of looks over at me. They're like, who's this idiot? I was like, the Cincinnati Reds just kicked your butts. I'm like they say in Chicago, better luck next season. Right? And so right when I say that, Deb, I thought it was a good idea. And then this is when I realized this was not a good idea. Like, these people now want to fight me. So the mood in the bar changes so quickly. Now all of a sudden I just start running out. I'm like, heads up! I was like Chris Chambliss when he rounded the bases when the fans came out. I clothesline the guy with eating the chili fries. I'm trying to just get out of the bar. I'm like, boom, boom, I'm coming out. So I finagle my way out of this bar. Here comes like 20 people converging on me to try and I think they're trying to take me down. You know what I mean? I come flying out. I yell to the bus driver. I'm like, open the door! Open the door! Bam! The door opens. I go like Superman and Dukes of Hazzard style right into the bus. Land on the step. I'm like, ah! The door shuts. Right when the door shuts, here comes 20 people pounding on the bus. Boom! 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 Right? I stand up. The whole team, Dunner, Kernsey, all those guys, LaRue, Larkin, Griffey, they're all lined up on the window now, and they're pounding back to the crowd. And the crowd's like, who was that? Was that Sean Casey? And I'm like, no, it was Adam Dunn. I was like, and they're like, tell him to come on out and take a picture. I'm like, I'm not coming out there. Well, anyway, it was phenomenal. It was absolute mayhem, right? So we're driving off Demp. I sit next to Larkin. He's like, Case, he's like, I've been in the big leagues 19 years, and I've seen a lot of stuff. He goes, that might be the greatest thing I've ever seen. I was like, yes, yes.
Sometimes, Case, it just gets to you, and you got to let it out. I don't blame you for
You got to do it. You got to do it, Demp. Sometimes you just got to let out that aggression that you've had for years. You know what I mean?
And I guarantee if you go to that very same bar right now, there's a full-size cutout of Sean Casey, and the dartboard is on your head.
There's no doubt about it. You know what's funny? I think Merker played on that team, and I think Merker the next year came to the Reds, and I remember him saying to me, hey, did you go into a bar at the end of the season and start taunting some Cub fans? I was like, yeah, I did. He's like, yeah, I've heard. That's been circulating. I heard about that. I'm like, oh, cool.
Oh, man. Well, if that story right there doesn't give us enough reason to get baseball back going, I don't know what does. Case, you are a legend, man. You are an absolute legend. I miss you so much. I can't wait to be back at work with you. I can't wait till baseball gets going again and we can have even more of these stories and share this. And I love what you're doing on social media, giving kids an outlet to be able to go out there and work on their craft while they have to stay at home. It's really awesome, dude.
Hey, thanks, Stampy, brother. I love you. It is so good to see you, and keep doing your thing, man. I was watching this with Maddox the other day, too, and I was just loving every second of it. So I really appreciate great seeing you. I can't wait to give you a hug in person here soon up at the network, man.
Likewise, pal. There you have it, folks. The mayor, that's right, Cincinnati Reds legend, Sean Casey, coming to a bar near you. That's right. We'll be right back with a little bit more Off the Mound after this. Oh, that is so good, Case. That is so
Fucking
good.
amazing. That was amazing, Case.
Dude. Hey, do you know what was it? Guthrie's bar, and was it Guthrie's?
I can't.
I
I don't
almost
even
have
know.
a feeling that's which one it is.
I mean, it was. Yeah, it was right. You know when the bus pulls out, it was right on that street. So